Everyone sees these large pieces of meat either at the wholesale club or at your local grocery store. Well, the butchers break these down and the charge goes to you. So if you learn to break these down yourself, you're going to save money in the end. So I'm going to take you through some easy steps on how to identify the parts of this beef tenderloin and show you an easy way to break them down into steaks. Today I'm going to use the 6-inch curved boning knife to do this. Now there's a couple reasons why I'm going to. The point is very thin and it's easy to get underneath that silver skin. Also, you'll see the scimitar shape or the curved shape of the knife. What that allows for is when you go to cut your steaks, we want a one smooth cut through and we can roll this knife up and that curve facilitates that. The first thing we have to do is identify the chain. And the chain is this piece of meat that runs from the head of the tenderloin all the way down the side. We're going to take this off. We're also going to take off this side piece here, which is known as the wing. So you're just going to use your hands. You're going to find the seam here. Use the tip of the knife and kind of spread with your hands as you run down this chain on the side. And it's pretty easy to find that seam. Come back up to the top. Next, we're going to take off the wing. So we're going to turn it this way. We're just going to start separating this at the seam. You can almost do this with your fingers. We use the tip of the knife and we're just going to follow this natural seam down and we'll set that aside. Next, we're going to trim off the silver skin and the fat. To do this, you're just going to start using your fingers to pull up. What we want left here is just nice red meat. Once we get to the silver skin here, take the tip of the knife, go under here. We're going to make a little flap. We're going to hold this flap up. We're going to angle the knife up and we're going to go from the back or the tail of the tenderloin all the way towards the head, trimming off that silver skin. For right now, what we're going to do is just turn this into filet mignon steaks from the head all the way to the tail. This tail down here gets pretty thin and the head's pretty thin, so we're just going to take off these pieces and we're going to add these pieces to the rest of our trimmings. Now to cut our steaks, remember, we don't want to use that back and forth motion. We want our steaks to be about 8 ounces a piece, which is the size of a small fist. And at the end, we're going to do a butterfly steak. And I'm not going to cut all the way through this. I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to measure about the same side on this way, go through, all the way through this time. Then I'm just going to take this and fold it. We're going to get one more steak out of there. This knife will pay for itself if you break down 2 or 3 of these tenderloins.